Hello and welcome back to the Impression Wiz channel. I'm your host, the Impression Wiz, and we are right back into it. I had to close and do things just to do it, but I had to come right back here because we have to go from right here. Not a lot of time for the intro. Basically, letting Dirk choose, and it's either trust yourself or trust them. I have no idea which choice to choose. I mean, I think trust them might be the fail, but I have no idea. I really have no idea. Honestly, I might just want to go for the victory in this case. And save the fails for later, if anybody wants to see that. You know what? I'm going to go trust yourself. Dirk turns to you, apology already on his face. No, 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 no. You can tell where this is going, and you hate it. So, it's not you, it's me. Is levity helpful? Probably not. But I'm doing my best. It's not that this hasn't been a good time. I didn't expect to achieve this level of metatextual mind freak during our hangout. But I've already enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it. This is a day I would not have thought was possible. He stops to hold his fist out to Dave, who, after a pause, bumps it on his own, with his own. He must know, too. He turns away. Everything Dirk is saying feels forced to you, like he's trying to convince himself as much as he is you. Still, you know you've lost. And I have you to thank for it. I'd go so far as to consider you my friend, even. And if you frame your relative success or failure on having formed a friendship, you can call this a good end, but... He trails off, turning to walk towards Ultimate Dirk. As much fun as this was, this is me we're talking about here. There's no contest. I have to know. It was always going to be you and me, Dirk. The two of them stand side by side, twin smirks on their faces. Dirk is almost believable. Goodbye. You curl up into yourself, a hunched ball on a tall tower on a single apartment with in the middle of the sea. Your brain disconnects from the sound of their conversations, of Ultimate Dirk's likely victory monologue, the static of their exit. You cry into your shitty little stick hands because you know you fucking had this one. And somehow it feels weightier than the loss of just one friend. You feel like something bigger and more beautiful than you thought possible was at your fingertips, and now it's gone. You come back to reality at the warmth of Dave's hand on your shoulder as he crouches down next to you. His voice is thick with tears you didn't even help him through crying. Hey, bro, I'm sorry. I don't know how much longer I can chill here, like, emotionally. Can you take me home? Oh, I gotta go to the other option, though. Like I'm going through... Sorry, man. Your heart drops, and then you see who he's looking at. Guess you can call this one the bad end. Yeah? Luckily for you, there's almost definitely another of me that can't wait to sail the 7 seas of story with you or some shit. He licks his lips and raises his chin, braces for Ultimate Dirk to challenge his call. I assume with your huge fucking brain you can see that happening as we speak, yes? So no need to be a sore loser now. Be good to that me, will you? Treat him right. As right as he wants me to, I promise. Anyway, I did say 1 in a million odds, so statistically you have to wuss out at least once. So fucking gross to experience. Good thing it'll get totally amissilated into the other version of this conversation. Now's not really the time to play the actually it's usually just a binary card. Don't want to complicate the particular issue for him, so you let it lie. You step forward, shoulder brushing Dirk's. Don't gloat. It's Gaunch? I don't know how to pronounce that. Enjoy your moment of irrelevance before this one goes down the drain. Deuces. Yes! Hell yes! You stopped your celebration when you notice that Dirk is a little shaky. Holy shit, what did I just do? This future you have in the works better be fucking good, my dude. Are you kidding me? They got it on lock. Oh, he knows it. You don't tell him you don't know every single detail yet, but you understand for yourself now. You'll work it out when you need to. You always do. It's okay, you think. If Dirk is a little afraid, it comes with the territory when you let people in. And you have even more practice with that as soon as you can zap up some more company. It won't be smooth sailing, though, you warn him. As long as we move past the sailing metaphor, you can jack that difficulty level up to as high as you like it. Oh, are we anti-ocean here? Oh yeah, extremely. Fuck water, am I right? Dirk turns his head slightly, and you know he's looking at you. He smiles, and you know he gets it. It's not about this being the real timeline or the fake one. It's the hard one or the easy one. It's about it being his, if he wants it. Which you realize, as you watch him turn back to laugh along with Dave, he does. Holy crap. That spooked me a little bit. The air between you and the two of them opens like a wound in the universe, and you feel yourself being pulled towards it. You see him in there. Too, that fucking bastard. As Ultimate Dirk pulls you through what you can only conceptualize as a tear in the narrative, you turn to look at Dirk and Dave. This is sure to lead to some bullshit, and you need to confirm that they're still intact. You aren't sure where you're going next, but you don't want them to worry. As the hole starts to reseal itself with them on the other side, you give them a thumbs up. The universal signal of reassurance that things are okay. You'll be back. Neither of them are strangers to either the intricacies of plot or shenanigans, so they return it in unison. You did it. You got him a good end. Dirk Strider is your friend, you think, as you fall through nothingness. Dave can take it from here. Guess that sword isn't just for show. He really knows how to use it. You go flying out of frame, out of this volume and straight into the epilogue. I knew some stuff was going to happen. No, not the epilogue. God, this is impossible. You can't believe you are the main character of such a stupid story. He launches you straight into the post-game. Final chapter? Afterward? Or wait, afterward? Both of them look weird. Anyway, he launches you into the afterward, which seems to just be that drifting gray place between universes. But this time you aren't standing in the corridor. You are hurtling along it like a protagonist-shaped missile. This is not going to end well. Sorry, T-posing god person. This really isn't your fault. Actually, that's an A-pose. Come on, common mistake. Just trying to help. I'm going to probably just use the regular Dirk voice, maybe slightly lower, continuing. I'm just going through things now. You brace yourself for whatever hellish experience is awaiting for you when you hit the event horizon. What? Your whole body aches, not physically, more thematically. Like you just got bitch slapped straight into the meta-narrative and bodied back to the beginning. Oh shit. Are you literally at the beginning? Did you forget everything again? Quick. Hemospectrum, trolls, incestuous slur, by the fucking madrigogs, truth, relevance, and essentially, you remember. So here you are again. You guess it makes sense that Doc Scratch was behind it all in the end. Maybe he and Ultimate Dirk have been working together this whole time. Hey you round. Hey you round shiny son of a bitch, show yourself. You receive no response. The plush green room is still. In the corner, the clock has stopped. Wait. What was that? The sound of a struggle drifts from deeper in the house. Oh, balls. Is Spade Slick here to beat the shit out of Doc Scratch? But you thought that happened in the beginning of the game. Maybe you really have been transported back to square one. But nothing is on fire. Spade Slick set the place on fire, right? Shit. Why does so many things happen in this goddamn comic? There are just so many details to remember. You follow the sound of the ruckus, turning a corner down a long wooden-paneled hallway. A door stands open at the end of it, where two people appear to be locked in an intense struggle. Hey, listen, we can talk about this. You edge closer down the corridor. The mirrors on the walls watch you like eyes. I honestly don't know who's saying it, so I'm just going to read it in my normal voice. Clearly, I have made some bad decisions. I'll grant you that. The man currently hanging on the door jamb for dear life both sound and look familiar. But you are actually kind of having a hard time focusing on him. It makes your head swim. Okay, yes, I agree that I need to take a break. But please don't put me in there with that wolf head. It's out for my blood. I don't know if I can hold it off for long. The second figure, a woman maybe, appears unmoved by the man's pleas. You have no idea what's going on here, but one thing you do know is you can't just allow random broads to throw dudes into rooms against their will. Hey, you shout down the corridor. Both the man and the woman turn and look at you. These combined powers of their gazes forces you to your knees. It hits you in the same tender place that Ultimate Dirk's strike had. Right in the narrative. The woman takes that chance and shoves the man into the room and slams the door.
Sorry about that. He won't bother us anymore.
That's why there's voice acting in the voice volume. The sound of her voice vibrates all the way in your skull. It's her. She's the one who's been doing all this to you, who's been stopping you from going back to visit your friends, who's been manipulating you just like Doc Scratch did.
Oh, come on. I'm not that bad. At least I hope I'm not. By the way, unmute me if you haven't bothered to already. The music in this section rules.
It does.
Besides, voiceover in Ren'Py is extremely annoying. Did you know you have to save every line as a different .ogg file? I didn't even know what a .ogg file was until our programmer explained it to me. Actually, wow, this is a huge pain in the ass. Let's go back to text only.
Okay, that's good. That's better. Okay, that was cool that there was actually voiceover for that little bit. You're falling to pieces. Every part of your body is literally sliding apart and falling into the others. It's just like being hit by the house juju. Your corporeal form is not meant for this much meta-narrative bullshit. You just aren't made for it. Come on, you're fine. I'm going to do my best to mimic that voice, but I don't think I can. She paps you on the cheek, and suddenly, it's true. You're fine. She made it so. She must be magic. Not quite. Get up, King. You do, slowly. For some inexplicable reason, you are more scared of her than you've been of Ultimate Dirk, or of Doc Scratch, or anyone else. You have a feeling that she might be the real danger here. She laughs. It's not a villainous laugh, but it's not exactly a nice one either. I guess that's fair. I'm definitely not a hero. Or maybe I am a hero, and the dude I just shoved into the cupboard with the wolf head is the real villain. Or is it the other way around, and evil has triumphed? You tell her that you don't remember her from the comic you read. Yeah, you wouldn't. Don't worry about it. You can call me the director. And you're right. All of this is my fault. All of this? Yeah, I'm the reason you couldn't reach your friends, and I'm the reason your memories got wiped. What? Why? Why would she do that? Because I wanted to try something, and it wouldn't have worked if you hadn't gone in with an open mind. Could you really have made friends with any of these kids if you knew what they had waiting for them at the end of the line? Your snap response in an overwhelming yes. Of course you could. You can make friends with anyone, but you know deep down that isn't true. Could you really have looked John in the eye if you'd seen him get bored by a video game monster and then lose his virginity in the back of his dad's car before literally dying? Could you have talked to Jade like a normal person if you knew she was going to grow up to be a half-dog goddess? Could you have resisted throwing Rose and Kanaya together the first chance you got? Oh gosh, I think I actually made that joke with those two. Oh gosh. Could you have even handled becoming friends with Equius, Nepeta, and Feferi, knowing what was coming for them? God. Could you have even stood to be in the same room as Gamzee or Eridan? Gamzee, I probably would have. Well, not even joking, he's like one of my favorite characters, but Eridan, right? Making friends with people when you know how their story ends isn't something we're equipped to do. It's like meeting a celebrity. Hard to be normal. You tell the director that you don't think any of this is very normal. She laughs. Yeah, you're smart. That's why I like you, MSPA reader. Who? That's not your name. Your name is... Hey, come on. Leave something for the sequel. The truth is, I used you, and I'm sorry for that, but I'm also not sorry. Because these kids were born to suffer. That's what they're for. I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. Destiny wrapped its thick, inky tentacles around them and pulled them into a story without happy endings. But you changed that. You gave them a chance to grow up. Wait, you did that? But you remember the other story. The real story, the one that just ends with everything falling to shit. Are you saying all of that didn't happen? No, it happened. Well, it didn't actually happen because none of this is happening. Creators all the way down, and such like. But you made this story, and nobody can make that or take that away from you. Oh my god, shut up. I can't handle this anymore. And here's Dirk. The director looks, for the first time, just a little bit worried. She covers it up quickly, however, and regains her placid stance of neutral indifference. You want a real villain? This guy right here. This is so fucking stupid, even for all of you. I'm aware of that. How dare you? You're gonna lecture me on audacity? Come on, man. You're not even real. And yet, you keep talking to me. That's a fair point. Wow, you feel like you shouldn't be here for this, possibly. You always feel kind of awkward when authority figures fight. I'm not here for her, I'm here for you. We weren't done talking. Then why did you cut the damn UI in half? I got a little overzealous. It happens. Sorry about that, by the way. You shrug. Whatever, you've had worse. Still, you don't feel very well disposed towards this guy at this point. Knowing all the garbage he's done and will probably keep doing, although you aren't sure if the director is any better. I'm much, much better than him.
See? See what I can do? Can Dirk Strider do this? Can he talk with an actual human voice?
Probably not. Get fucked. See? Come on. You're at least a little happy to see me. Stop flexing at me. I have a wife. For a man so devoted to swords, don't you think it's going against your character to have such enormous guns? What, these? Oh, they're not mine. Just an artifact of the museum. I'd say thanks, but I feel like you all got more out of it than me. Stop flirting with my audience, you anime ass motherfucker. Hey, you're in charge. I wouldn't look like this if you didn't want me to. I actually let the artists have a lot of creative license. Nice evasion. Shut the fuck up. Okay, this bullshit doesn't matter. What does matter is that you... He directs his anime gaze back at you. This isn't just about Dirk anymore. You're zapping around and ruining everything. I seriously can't even begin to unravel the utter saccharine shit pile you've created. You have absolutely discriminated or everyone's character arcs and motivations, blah blah blah. I can't say some words right now. I'm like, seriously? Eridan got a gender arc? Come on, man. There's actually plenty of seeding for that storyline in the comic proper. Eridan's relationship to femininity is really... Do you realize what you've done here? You've completely stolen their destinies from them. You guess you did, but now that you've got a chance to be now that they've actually gotten a chance to be teenagers and grow up in a world that isn't trying to murder them constantly, well, Alternia is still doing that, but at least they won't be in a hostile video game environment. You've ruined them. But they're happy. Happy people don't get stories told about them. That isn't true. That can't be true. You look to the director for help. Surely she knows what to say. After all, this happened on her watch. She isn't looking at you. She's looking at the ground. She knew what she was doing the whole time. She knew how it would have to shake out. When were you planning to tell them? I was getting there. She knows that the prince knows what he's talking about. Nobody has thought more about causation and narrative flow than he has. Fuck, you shake your head. For a second there, it felt like things got a little screwy. Hey! She claps her hands in Ultimate Dirk's face. Cut that shit out. Leave them alone. Then stop wasting my time. She sighs. Fine. She appears to gather herself, folding her hands in front of her like she is about to recite a poem. This has been a really interesting experiment, and I am glad that we got to do it. I've definitely learned a lot. But look, I need you to go back and give that beta to John. Because without that, they never play the game. The story never gets told. You never read the story. You were never here. Wait. Isn't this just another timeline? A doomed timeline? Or whatever the fuck? The director shakes her head. No, it's a retcon. What you'd be doing here would be turning the alpha timeline into a doomed timeline. And since the story has technically ended and started again, and then ended, and then started again so many times, switching tracks at this point would corrupt it beyond recognition. You would cause a paradox so catastrophic that it would literally tear the multiverse apart. You mean like the scratch? Worse than the scratch, it would be the blackout. Utter ruin. But wait, you already threw the beta in the goddamn sewer. Shouldn't this have already happened, this utter ruin? No, because you still have the power to go back and change it. If you decide not to act, then we have to worry. You look back and forth between Ultimate Dirk and the director, trying to find a way out. Some indication that they're fucking with you. They don't seem to like each other much, but they do appear to be joined in their insistence that this utter ruin bullshit is going to happen unless you betray all of your friends, unravel everything you did here. What was the point of doing any of this if you were always just going to have to lose it all in the end? The director shrugs. What's the point of doing anything? What's the point of living if we know that it's going to end in death? Why do we open a book if we know we'll have to close it? Yeah, that's what you're asking. You don't just want more questions, goddammit. I'm sorry. I don't have any answers for you. Just an option screen. I really want to do both options. I'm going to click don't, but I'm pretty sure it's a fail. And the game shut off. Okay. You'll probably be looking at the time of my recording here, and you'll see it's probably a lot longer than what you're seeing in the video. Had a little bit of something go on, but gotta get back into the game. Oh, God. I'm gonna have to do it, aren't I? Crap. Fine. You know what? Fuck both of you. You'll do it. But also, fuck you. That's fair. Thanks for being reasonable. Get out of my video game. I don't think I will. I'm gonna stick around and watch everything you tried to do here get flushed down the toilet of bad spin-offs. The director takes a step towards him. They aren't fighting exactly, but they're doing something. You have the distinct impression of two people fighting over a pen, or elbowing each other out of the way in order to type at a keyboard. Terezi, Carcat, come on. You are feeling a little dizzy again. Andrew Hussey would never do this to me. The director takes a long, tired breath. Sorry about that. Where were we? You turn away from her. You don't want to talk to her anymore. You just want to get this over with. I get that. I'll let you be alone. I'm sorry, kid. The director fades slowly until it's like she was never there at all, but the horror, the pit of ice that was opened up in your belly, that's still there, and it will never go away once you consign all your friends to a hero's journey full of pain and heartache. What will happen to you? Will you just vanish? Will whatever interaction of you that was created for this story just cease to be? When the book is closed, what will you be? Zap. The mailbox is here. It's all full. The little flappy dealie is up and everything. With difficulty, you pull the beta out, scattering the rest of the mail across the yard. Fuck you, bells and coupons. Get a job. Up in the house, you see a friendly face looking down at you. You take a deep breath. Wait, what? Wait. Hold the fucking phone. Who's in charge of this story? Not Ultimate Dirk. Not the director. And certainly not that guy who got shoved into a room with a wolf head. It's you. It's always been you. Why are you just doing what they told you to do? There has to be a third option. I didn't even realize there's always a third option. When the scratch happened, everything should have been erased. Everything was erased, except it wasn't because someone intervened. Jade drew all of her friends close to her and kept them safe. She saved them. The first time you tried to bring Jade with you when you teleported, Beck didn't let you. But then, later he did. Jade told you that he'd been just acting like a normal dog. Jane told you that Godcat had just been acting like a good little kitty, almost like their powers were gone. You pace in a quick circle when you hear Dad's car pulling up from behind, and you zap out of there before you can get caught again. You've still got the beta clutched in your hand, but you're alone on Dave's roof, underneath the blazing Houston sun. Nobody is going to bother you up here. There's something that's teasing just at the edge of your understanding, and if you could only reach it, you need help. You need someone who knows about weird shit. Like a lock clicking in your brain, you understand what you have to do. Zap. Oh, it's you. How's it going? You look a little weird, look a little tired. You ask Aradia if she's been watching recently, if she knows what's been going down in your part of the neighborhood. She shakes her head. I lost track of you when you hopped universes. I'm about to try to get myself out of canon for good, and it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass. So I've been trying to conserve my energy. Oh, right, yeah, you know about that. She raises an eyebrow. Don't worry about that, actually. You know some lore, is all. You might have seen what's going to happen to Aradia next. Actually, she doesn't have too much to worry about. She and Solix are fine. Actually, they're probably more fine than almost everyone else. That's good to know, I guess. So, did you figure out what was going on with your friend's situation? Yeah, you tell Aradia what's been going on with your friend's situation. Wow, yeah. And you're going to do it? You're going to erase this timeline? Because if you are, then no offense, I might head out of canon a little early. That's just the thing. You think you might have a plan. Oh? You tell her your plan. Does she think it'll work? A slow, brilliant smile painting a sunrise across her face. I have no idea, but I'd love to watch. Zap. The green sun. Oh, hold up. The green sun spread, or I might just have to add the editing for this. The green sun spreads out below you like a giant radioactive gumball that absolutely wants to tear you into a million greasy pieces. You can feel it tugging at all of your organs, twisting up all the words inside you, making a mess of the themes, dragging motifs screaming into the surface. This is the single largest source of raw narrative mass in the multiverse, and it should be killing you. Do you actually need me to do anything? You sort of just wanted her to vibe here with you in case you die. You don't want to die alone. That's fair. Hey, if you die, I'll pick your bones for you. Thanks, Aradia. She smiles. See you on the other side, you say. You're not sure who you're talking to. You're guessing this is going to be pretty bad. Zap. It's not bad. It's not pain exactly, because when you are inside the green sun, you don't think you have nerve endings anymore. Are you just a consciousness floating in the messiah of causation? You aren't sure how this is supposed to work. Should you maybe start thinking about your friends like you are in the animes, drawing strength from the power of your social links? You think about John and Rose and your good friend Dave. Fuck, ouch. Thinking too much hurts. You aren't going to be able to count on anime cliches for this one, you guess. So you think about your friends. For once, you think about yourself. Or you don't think about your friends, you think of yourself. The impossibility that is you, protagonist, reader, carrier of the story, maybe not every story, but this one. You have been erased so many times you look across the rise and fall of this story and see just how many mistakes you've made. All the times you've broken your friends, trust or betrayed them, or, hell, even killed them. You reach across to all of those yous, your what-ifs, your do-overs. You let the blazing energy overtake you. You open yourself up, and everything goes green. And you better be on your best behavior, Orphaner, if this partnership is going to work out. Forget this guy, Vriska. We can do this ourselves. Could you at least give a guy a chance to respond to a couple of... Well, what's that? Pounce! Come here, kitty kitty. I'm home. Napata. This cave is far too small for someone with a height as strong as mine. Pounce? Aqueous? What's that? Anyway, that's why I don't eat corn dogs anymore. What the fuck? Is this a normal future thing? Earthquakes and shit? I guess that's a normal whenever thing, but we don't get many of those in Houston. I don't think that's an earthquake. Autoresponder? No probably editing here too. No seismic activity detected in the area. So you're telling me I wrote this in another history? Yes, as far as I am aware. Incredible. It's very boring. I think it's brilliant. I mean, the green sun pulses around your slowly collapsing being, and as you feel it subsue you, you feel yourself unspooling, swallowed in light. You think of how you've come to be here, where you are right now, and the choices you've made along the path. What are the odds that prevailed is this one? It's probably something that could be mathed out, but you're too busy eating the fucking sun with your whole body to figure it out. Instead, you sink into the feeling of connections that hold you together. The bonds you created are threads through your arms and your belly and your heart. Your body is nothing, consumed by flame, and yet you feel yourself start to become. Zap! The mail goes in the box. Okay, get ready. This is the best part of the movie. All the classic memes come from this part. John, every part of this movie is hot trash. Aw, it's not that bad. I want to see the guy put the bunny back in the box. This movie is so bad that the drones are approaching your neighborhood. It's too late for the human race. Darkness seethes at this timeline, and in the distance you hear what might be cracks, splinters throughout space and time. Space-time. Reality is compressing and falling apart around you in a cacophony of breaking glass. All of your friends, all of their dreams, rendered away to nothing. All of it unraveling. No. No. It doesn't disappear. I don't let it. I am bigger than this story, but I am also inside the story. So I gather it up, and I keep it close to me. And as soon as I remove it from causation, it's like it never happened. I take the timeline and I lock it away. That's what it is. It is a locked timeline, and I am its guardian. Its first guardian. Thanks for playing. Oh. Oh gosh. That was, I actually didn't mean to close out, but dang. Let me get back in real quick. Um, I guess that's the end of Pester Quest. There's only those few things I haven't gotten yet that maybe you guys want me to get, maybe you guys don't want me to get, but Either way, um, that's going to be the end of the main story of the Pester Quest series here. I guess all that's left is to try and get those other parts that I haven't gotten. But I feel like that's the best ending to get. Um, if you guys want me to return and play get those last 5 things so I complete the game, let me know. But I want to say thank you guys for watching. If you liked this series, put a like on all of the videos of it. And if you want to see more of my content outside of this, first off, subscribe. And then ring the notification bell so you don't miss anything I upload. And as always, I will see you next time. Maybe not next time here, though. Still, have a good day, everybody.